Between 1976 and 1980, a quiet suburban county in Michigan became the center of one of America's most disturbing unsolved crime sprees. Children were taken. Children were killed. And the person, or people, responsible were never brought to justice. This is the true story of the Oakland County Child Killings. On February 15, 1976, 12-year-old Timothy King left his home in Birmingham, Michigan to run a short errand. He never came back. 4 days later, his body was found in a snow-covered field. He had been sexually assaulted and murdered. The community was stunned, but at the time, few realized this was just the beginning of a larger nightmare. A terrifying pattern started to emerge. Over the next 4 years, at least 3 more children were abducted and killed in eerily similar ways. In September 1976, 10-year-old Jillian Hobbs vanished after riding her bike. Her body was discovered weeks later in a wooded area. In February 1977, 11-year-old Christine Mihalsic disappeared while walking to a nearby store. Her remains were found 2 months later. In August 1979, 12-year-old Christopher Bush was abducted after leaving a movie theater. His body was found 4 days later. All of the victims were children. All were taken from familiar neighborhoods, and all showed signs of sexual assault. Investigators believed the killer was highly organized. The children were kept alive for a period of time, sometimes for days, before being murdered. They were washed, redressed, and then carefully placed in locations where they would be found. This suggested a level of control and planning that deeply unsettled law enforcement. The crimes didn't look impulsive. They looked practiced. Fear changed Oakland County overnight. Children were no longer allowed to walk alone. Bicycles sat unused in garages. School routes were altered, and parents organized neighborhood patrols. Police officers flooded schools with safety talks. Fear became a part of daily life. And through it all, the killer remained completely invisible. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office assembled a massive task force to hunt down the person responsible. Hundreds of tips poured in. Thousands of potential suspects were interviewed. Various criminal profiles were developed. Investigators suspected the killer had knowledge of police procedures and possibly worked with children in some professional capacity. But physical evidence was scarce. DNA testing was not yet available, and witness descriptions were either too vague or non-existent. Each promising lead eventually went cold. Over the years, multiple suspects were investigated. Some were later imprisoned for other violent crimes. Others died before they could be fully questioned. One suspect was believed to have access to a vehicle that resembled one seen near multiple abduction sites. Another had disturbing behavioral patterns involving children, but none were ever charged with these specific crimes. The case became entangled in jurisdictional disputes and accusations of investigative failures, complicating the search for justice. By 1980, the killings just stopped. No arrest, no trial, no closure. The case files were boxed up, the leads were exhausted, and the families were left waiting in anguish. For decades, the case remained one of Michigan's most haunting cold files, a dark chapter in the state's history. In recent years, investigators have revisited the case, bringing modern forensic techniques to bear on the old evidence. DNA has been re-examined, other evidence has been retested, and criminal profiles have been updated. In 2022, authorities announced renewed investigative efforts, giving a glimmer of hope to the families. But to this day, no suspect has been officially named. The case remains open. The legacy of the Oakland County Child Killings is profound. They reshaped how communities think about safety, exposing the hidden vulnerabilities of suburban life. They highlighted the desperate need for improved child protection laws and changed how law enforcement agencies approach serial crimes involving children. Most importantly, they left behind grieving families. Children who should have grown up, lives that were stolen far too soon. The Oakland County Child Killings are more than just an unsolved mystery. They are a solemn reminder that some crimes leave wounds that never fully heal. And until the truth is finally known, the silence remains. Thank you for watching.